we have the earthquake simulation. Basically, the frequency spectrum is coming from 0.1 hertz all the way down to about, it's actually 25, 30 hertz, but we do testing all the way up to about 50 hertz. Now, most of your civil engineering structures and buildings and other things, you have a resonance frequency depending upon the type of structures anywhere between, say, 6, 7 hertz to about 15, 20, 15, 16 hertz or something like that, centered around 12 hertz plus minus depending upon the different structures. And now, we are here the operating frequency of making these tests is well within that, and then you have to be extremely careful on how you isolate these frequencies and attenuate these frequencies from the environment around, that you are not creating damages. So the foundation, coming down to the foundation, it's a very, very special and very complicated foundation, and for these type of large forces, we need maybe 10x of the order of the 10x at least for the weight of the foundation and the structural strengths and other things required. So it was about 6,500 tons of concrete block. So it has got its own specialities, complications, difficulties in design, technology, and execution, which is a great engineering feat when it comes to the civil engineering side. I wouldn't go into the details of that. We could probably discuss at some other time, or any of you can privately discuss with me on further details, but that's what is the major importance in this particular product is the civil engineering, where this mass is not just a mass, but it needs a lot of structural strength and distribution of the forces uniformly over the whole structure. Now, coming to the other side, on the tabletop, which is the mechanical engineering part of it, you have a table which is about 6 meter by 6 meter, and it's about 1.7, 1.75 meter thick with welded mesh construction. You need to ensure that this particular table, which is weighing about 45 tons, is basically stiff enough, does not have resonances, it has the sufficient damping coefficient for the electronics guy to be happy to do the control systems, and then it also has to have the optimized weight, stiffness, and damping. This, when I say frequency, which is required, it has to be outside the resonance frequency, outside the resonance frequency of the first mode has to be outside the operating frequency, which is about 50 hertz, and we need to get it to, with great difficulty, we got it to about 100, 110 hertz in the dishing mode, free mode, because again it's all constrained and then the frequency will drop down. So that's another very important thing, and this has to be supported. Lot of structural components, lot of servo hydraulics, lot of hydraulic actuators, hydraulic power packs of the order of, we have hydraulic power pack of 3,500 liters per minute at 280 bar, which is coming to about 2.5 megawatt of power. So it's a huge amount of mechanics involved, precision mechanics involved, mechanical components involved, and then servo hydraulics involved. Then you have hydraulic servo valves, you have got hydraulic systems, you've got pneumatic systems. So you have a lot of mechanical engineering and involved in this. And here again, there are some of those things have a lot of metallurgy, because there are lots of materials which are extremely special. We need to go into composites, we need to go into different types of materials for that. So that gives you a lot about the involvement of mechanical engineering in this high technology area. Then comes the huge pumps and motors and the electrical systems that come into the picture, which are also of very, very critical nature and unique requirements in this particular application. And these have also to be controlled extensively and very, very accurately with 6 degrees of freedom. Making a control of all 6 degrees of freedom with variable inertia is an art by itself, and it's a technology which is available very limitedly in this world. So there is a lot of embedded control electronics, there is a lot of fiber optics involved in all the communications that's going on, there's a lot of data acquisition involved. So coming to this, all by explaining this major subsystems of this. All I'm trying to tell you is, unless you have the best of all these fields of engineering involved and working coherently with all the interdepartmental activities, intertechnology activities, or interdisciplinary activities, you cannot have a product of this type or several such products working without a harmonious association between all these different departments and fields of engineering. That's all I'm trying to emphasize by giving this particular example. And I would like to take too much of your time, but I would like to close it by giving a suggestion to the president of this event and the principal of this college and the faculty and students involved in this to add one more program in this technical fest coming up in the years, to have a competition or a product, a technical skills and paper presentation on the combination of different fields of engineering. If that comes up, I tell you that gives you a lot of understanding and an advantage, and you will see the importance and the value of what I'm saying when you really go out into the industry. With that, I think I would close my address to you with that advice, and thank you very much and wish you all the best.
Distinguished dignitaries on the dais, the principal, Sri Sai Baba Reddy Garu, guest of honor Sri R. Shivakumar Garu, the vice principal Mr. Srinivas, head of the departments, faculty members, the media, and my dear brothers and sisters. A very good morning on behalf of myself and National Insurance Company. It's a proud privilege for me to be here, and it is homecoming for me. I said my dear sisters, brothers and sisters, because I also belong to this university. I did my MBA from JNTU in early 90s. This is the hall where I wrote my entrance examination for MBA. I did MBA in the evening college. We used to attend the classes in the evening after our office. After serving for about 4 years, again I became a student here. I had a great experience and great learning also. Especially people from management side or art side, they feel that whatever they study, that may not be of much use in the practice. But whatever I studied, either prior to my MBA or during my MBA, that is 100% put to use, and that made me a successful manager everywhere. Because this MBA, my MBA in JNTU, is engineering oriented, I had the additional advantage of learning certain engineering subjects like production management, risk management, and pattern CPM, program evaluation, review technique, and critical path method. All these things helped me a lot when I was discharging my duties as claims officer or divisional manager in handling the big projects. So this university has made me a successful manager, a successful manager because of the various subjects as well as the discipline it taught me. This university had the distinction of having a perfect schedule of examinations, classrooms, class syllabus, everything on time. The results are also on time. Semester means semester, this is the examination date. Come what may, the schedule will not change. Even if you go and do some dharna in front of the then directors' chambers. Our classes were held at Masop Tank, the old campus in those days. So that discipline helped us in working in our company. So I give you a little information about my company. National Insurance Company was established in 1906. It has completed 111 years last December. That means we have that much of experience. And we have the presence all over the country. We have more than 2,000 offices with about 30 regional offices. Our Hyderabad is a regional office with a coverage of Telangana state plus Rayalaseema. And we have a sound technical knowledge people of more than 14,000 as on today. And we are number 2 in the market. We are the second largest general insurer. And coming to the total volumes, last year we did 14,246 crores, and this year we targeted 16,000, but we are excelling it and we are crossing 17,000 crores this year. And this region, I joined here 1 year back. Last year we did 450 crores. This year we are crossing around 750 crores, which is a remarkable growth which nobody has thought about. So from 450 to 750 crores. And we are proud to say that we take care of the Telangana government agriculture scheme for Adilabad cluster, and also the Chief Minister's proud plan of sheep and goat distribution to the poor people. That scheme also we are covering. So both the schemes are prestigious ones and they help the poor. We have, as general insurance company, people may think that we do only motor vehicles insurance or we do some health insurance. We do much more. We do all properties insurance. Property means it may be your house, it may be industry, it may be a project, a civil construction, or a machinery erection. Similarly, we also do the transportation of goods. We also insure the ships, the aeroplanes. We also take care of the crops. We take care of the health insurance. We take care of the motor vehicles. We also take care of the personal accident insurance of the human beings. So when we say so many things, we are there with the people. And the economy is supported by the insurance industry. Think for a while, there is a factory and there is no insurance. If there is a fire loss, the factory collapses, the owner of the factory loses all his property. He is on the road. Because of insurance, he gets protection and he is back with his factory after the he gets the insurance money. It's not an individual, it is the economy. The whole economy is protected by the insurance. It may be this company or some other company. As of today, there are a lot of companies. There are about 28-30 insurance companies. Among them, 4 are government companies, the rest are in the private sector. Now, when I said so many areas of insurance, what is the use of those insurances for you as students of engineering? Is there any possibility for you to get any employment, or you have any role in that? You have definitely a role. In insurance, we need engineers and managers. These two people are very, very essential for the insurance industry. When we do any insurance, we do the risk assessment. We see the factories, we see the constructions, we see the site plans. For that, we need the civil engineers, mechanical engineers. To take care of the motor vehicles insurance, we need the automobile engineers. For some of the industries, we need the chemical engineers. For certain machinery and equipment, we need the ECE or CSE students. So you have an opportunity in the insurance industry. In what way? You can join an insurance company as an officer. The present pay package for a new entrant is about 8 lakhs CTC. If you feel that it is sufficient for you, you can think of joining any insurance company as an officer. Other ways are there. There are other supporting people for the insurance industry. They are the insurance surveyors. Whenever there is a loss, these surveyors make the assessment of the loss and they are paid hefty fees. For that, we need only engineers. If it is a civil construction, some bridge is collapsing, some bridge collapses due to flood or something, or while in construction, due to some fault or some certain thing, it may fall down the bridge. So, there a civil engineer's requirement is there. If automobile vehicles meet with an accident, at that time we need the mechanical engineer or automobile engineer. Suppose the computers are burnt, then we need the CSE persons. When we see these factories and all, the loss assessment fee for the surveyor runs into lakhs and crores also. Lakhs and crores. Similarly, there is another segment called brokers, insurance brokers. They also need the engineers to do the risk assessment and help the marketing team in providing the risk aspect. That is the basis for the rating of the risk. So there also the engineer's requirement is there. So I suggest you people can think of that. Another thing is the surveyor's profession is having a lot of scarcity of professionals. Some time back people entered that profession. Now all those people have become old. They are 70 years, 80 years also. No newcomers are coming. The reason nobody knows. You don't know that there is a industry called general insurance where engineers are also required. Engineers can become surveyors. Generally what happens, those who are working in the industry, after their retirement they get license and they become surveyors. That is also happening. But as young people, now the business process is totally changed. Once upon a time, claims are settled at the sweet will of the surveyor and the insurance companies. Now, timelines, turnaround time, it is running for everybody. If there is a delay in claim settlement, the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority will question us. Much before the customer, they will question us. If the surveyor does not submit the report, IRDA will question us, that is the regulator. Everywhere timelines are kept, but the old people, they are used to their old system of giving the report after 1 year, 2 years. Now new professionals are required to this industry. You people can think of it, and I appeal to the principal, sir. We can give some inputs to you so that your students can have knowledge of the insurance, and if they like this field, they can try to get this license. It's purely liking. Do whatever you like. If you don't like this profession, don't come to it. Insurance and all, people think that LIC agent, somebody who is running after you to take the policy. Bima karo, policy karo. No, it is much more. LIC is different. Here, you have more value, you are more powerful person if you are a surveyor. So think about that, and whatever support is required, sir, we offer from our side for facilitating the process so that your people can understand and they can think about it. And another thing, as a management student, I would like to tell you one management principle. There is a principle called Peter principle. You have a lot of principles in physics and all, but in management we have the Peter principle. Everybody reaches his level of incompetence at one stage or the other. This concept says that you have to continuously update yourself, otherwise one day or the other you will become incompetent. Suppose I say there is a telephone operator, a beautiful voice, excellent communication. If somebody calls, responds very well. So we promote the person as an officer. We put the person as accounts officer or claims officer. Telephone operator is made accounts officer. If the person acquires knowledge, that person can be successful. Thereafter, we make the person branch manager. That person will acquire some knowledge and become divisional manager. A divisional manager person has to work with about 15-20 people, or sometimes even 50-60 people, managing the people. If the person doesn't cope up with the required skills, the person becomes inefficient and incompetent. So the person either has to quit or remain in the same position and struggle every day under super stress. So to avoid that, everybody should keep on learning for the requirement of the position. Otherwise, we may become incompetent at some stage. We should only postpone the incompetence level by acquiring more and more knowledge. That is by training, learning, studying, and discussions with experienced people. So with these few words, I thank you all for giving me this opportunity to speak to you, and once again I thank especially for giving me an opportunity to be with my own institution and my fellow students. Thank you all.
Like and subscribe Eagle Media Works.